All right, what's going on, boys? How you doing? G Money, Bikram, Ginger, Ricky, Carlos. How you guys doing? Hope you guys had a good day. My account ended red. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. No need to be perfect all the time, you know. But the yin win in the morning took care of a lot of my losses, so I'm not too bad off. Big rip today. Crazy price action. Not a lot of it made sense. What's up, Vinay? But it is what it is. You have to pay attention to the price action. Not no matter what you think's gonna happen, no matter what makes sense or not, you have to pay attention to the price action. I'm gonna go over some of what the Fed said today as well, guys, just to give you an example of why I'm saying it didn't really make sense. But again, price action over everything, and we went up today. I think it has a lot to do with the expiring options on Friday, the OPEX. What's up, Tonka? I know you had a killer day. Congrats, bro. Tia and Goldman were on point today, so congrats. I didn't do much myself. And let's go over some of these. First of all, let's go over what the Fed said, because the Fed did a lot today. And I don't think it was necessarily bullish, guys. But the price action said it was bullish, so let's see what happens tomorrow. We'll go over a bunch of charts here, both bullish and bearish cases into tomorrow, so have an open mind. Let's see what happens. But exactly what you're saying, G Money, it's getting everyone bulled up, which is I love to see. So basically, the Fed raised by 25 basis points. That's what everyone expected. And I said short-term rally in the beginning. They did make that rally really hard, as you guys see here. 2 o'clock right here on the chart. They announced their decision, and look at the size of this dip before they actually did that rally that we were expecting. So if you read that little comment that I sent, it said 25 basis point short-term rally, long-term bearish. 50-point basis hike, short-term bearish, long-term bearish, and any talk about balance sheet reduction was bearish. What's up, Darsh? How you doing? And what else did they say? So basically, they were kind of hawkish today, which is what I don't understand. The Fed governor said there's 7 more rate hikes this year. 7 rate hikes in 2022, guys. What's up, Kay? That's a lot of rate hikes. What else did they say? They also said 2 new data points are more hawkish than the market was pricing in. So they're more hawkish than even what is priced into the market. They also had a lack of clarity on the impact of the war of Ukraine, which is normal. Future of GDP growth and inflation in the United States, unclear. They said those words. They also said they have chosen to overshoot market expectations by 1 rate hike. So they do not blame themselves for inflation. What else did they say? They also said they don't know where inflation came from. They don't know how it rocketed so quickly. It must be the war, which is complete bullshit, but that's another story. The hawkish stance may be an effort to regain credibility and dampen inflation expectations. That's exactly what they're doing. So they're trying to be a little more hawkish than the market expected. That makes the big boys happy. That makes people think that they have inflation under control, or they're willing to do whatever it takes to control inflation. Anyways, let's go on to the charts. Over the Fed statement, again, I don't find it extremely bullish. But the response from the market was a short-term rally. And Friday, we have the biggest in-the-money options expiration. It's a monthly OPEX. If you don't know what that means, you probably want to read up on it. It's basically what I just said. So expect some shenanigans for the next 2 days as well. It's Thursday, Friday. Next Monday, we should be back to business. And basically, I told you guys one thing. I'm bearish as long as we're under 441. If we close a daily candle above 441, I'll flip back bullish. But for right now, I'm still in sell the dip mood. Today did not change anything. You guys, congrats for your calls today. But again, I would not be comfortable holding calls in this market still. Me, myself, personally. And another thing is, we can go over the SPX chart here. In this whole downtrend, in this whole entire downtrend, we've had a clear downtrend, and every time we've gapped above the 21-day moving average, the next day has been a big red day. So back here, January 12th, we had a big gap up over the 21-day. The next day was a negative 1.5% day on SPY. Or SPX, sorry. We had a gap up on SPX here, February 2nd. The next day was a red negative 2.5% day. Right here on February 9th, we had a gap up over the 21-day. The next day was a negative almost 2% day. And basically you can see every time and it's the exact same pattern. So will this be the one that carries through and we go and break this trend line? Or will it be the exact same as the last 4 reactions that we've had up there? Thank you, Ricky, for pointing this chart out. It is a very important pattern to pay attention to, I think. Death cross just happened. I mean, that's not going away anywhere, right? SPY just death crossed. Other than that, I mean, it was a very bullish day. There was a lot of shorts to squeeze. But I feel like it was more because people actually are so hedged that they need to squeeze them out. I think I didn't really see too much call flow in itself. It seemed more like a short squeeze. But let's see what happens tomorrow. Try not to have a bias as well. If it's bullish tomorrow, I might get in some calls myself. But let's see what happens. QQQ is breaking out of this downtrend finally. We had that clear line, kind of base down here, and then kind of broke through the resistance. Let's see if we can get up through anywhere. Like the next level for QQQ is 350. So we need another 10 points on QQQ to even consider this ending the downtrend. That's why it's so tricky down here. What is a bounce? What is a bear flag? Nobody knows, right? So you could say this is a breakthrough because we broke through these highs, but until we break through this high, it's not really an uptrend in my opinion, which is 441. Other than that, I mean, it's a good start. Let's see if we get continuation. We need continuation this week for anything. XLF, big bear flag break. So this violates the bear flag. Let's see XLF reaction tomorrow. But for right now, stuff is flipping back bullish just from this XLF chart here. We gapped above the 21-day moving average. IWM 209 is needed. What did we close at today? 201. So IWM still in this base. Like this is just a big basing pattern. We need to get above the 50-day, and then the real level for me to turn bullish again is 209.55. Still not even close to that. VIX is having a cool-off period here. Done this many times before a big spike, but we held the 50-day moving average. Let's see if we can get a bounce off the 50-day moving average tomorrow on VIX, get some more volatility. If not, we'll just continue to melt up. UPS, this dang stock will not go down. So we have puts for April. This is probably the only position that's actually hurting me. The rest of them are all small, as I called out in the alerts. UPS, we have April 14th put, so we have a lot of time. The problem with this is it's right at a major resistance. This 218.30 is a weekly breakout level on UPS, and we're sitting right underneath it. So the thing with this UPS here is, what was I going to do? I was going to do weekly. So I want to show you the weekly here. Again, we took the short because of this failed breakout. So this is a weekly inverse head and shoulders that broke out on earnings and then failed the breakout. So usually when they fail a breakout, they pull back pretty hard. UPS just kind of flagged down here, just kind of sort of consolidated, and now we're testing that level again. Over 218, I would not short this name. I might have to take some losses in it, like trim it down a bit, if not all of it. And 218 close by Friday is not going to be good for this short at all. I might have to cut it completely and just take my L. I know I'm bearish. I know everything points towards being bearish, but if the price action keeps saying it's going up, I'm not going to fight it. Like, I'm going to I'll take my L and I'll move on to the next one. Other than that, we got SE here. We've completely had a falling wedge, broke down out of the falling wedge. Now we're breaking back inside. 18.75% day on SE. Like, just insane moves today, guys. That's another reason why I think this is a bear market rally, is because of the insane moves. Like, in a bull market, you don't get 19% days on SC. You don't get 60% days on Becky. You don't get 42% days on DD. Like, it's not normal movement at all. So let's see. Tomorrow will be the thing. Yin is the thing that kind of saved my account this morning. Took it yesterday at close. Why did I take it? Baba and Baidu and all the premiums were 2 jacks. So I took this equity called Yin, which is 3x China. Gapped up this morning, sold it for 40% equity. No worry about premium burn. Obviously, I sold it early. I could have got a lot more, but it is what it is. I wasn't too confident about the market today, especially with Powell. Google is one to watch. If we do start ripping, Google has a split coming in July. I think it's very bullish. It had great earnings, and we are down about 400 points from earnings day on Google. So if the market does start to get going, you can really see Google start ripping through some of these highs. First level would be 2760, and then right back 2760, then 2850, and then right back to all-time highs. Dawkins is another one I like. It's a growth stock. If the market does start turning up and we do start getting really bullish, which I'm not yet, by the way, I'm just saying keep an eye on these stocks. Dawkins is a great stock. If it does start going, the earnings are good, everything's good. It's growth though, so and market's just been killing growth. One thing that surprised me about the end of the day that makes me a little bit more bearish is this. Let's go over RCL first. So we do have this RCL short as well. China keeps reporting COVID cases every day. I'm hearing from doctors here in Ontario that there's more COVID hospitalizations, and they're just ripping all these stocks. They're just getting all the shorts out. That's why I'm not really too believing in this rally. If you want to use wicks, you can change this bear flag. If you don't want to use wicks, it's broken out of the bear flag. But right now, it's just kind of flagging. There's no way to tell, are we going to go up or are we going to go down right now? It's kind of 50-50, but more stuff points to bearish for me, especially the macro picture. So I'll continue to sell the rip instead of buying the dip, but let's see what happens. Gold is what was interesting at the end of the day. On a day like this, when the indexes are ripping and everything is fine and everyone is comfortable, gold should not be doing this in the final hour. Gold should final 2 hours. This is what gold did, guys. With the Fed being hawkish, yields going up. Let's take a look at the dollar actually. But gold should not be ripping like that in a healthy market. The dollar went straight down, so that's not good either. Dollar lose today. Yeah, dollar lost the 8-day moving average today for the first time in this whole uptrend since February 23rd. The dollar lost the 8-day moving average. First day closing underneath it, so keep an eye on that one as well. Dollar falls, it's good for equities, but overall the economy is getting weaker. That means, and let's go over some of these tickers here. We got Nvidia. Semis were ripping earlier this morning. Crazy V-shape in the middle of it. Nvidia's knocking right at the 50-day moving average. Before even opening the intraday chart, look where Nvidia hit and rejected today. The 50-day moving average is at 245.40. The high of the day was 245.90. So basically, it hit the 50-day moving average and rejected, and we're closing underneath. It's going to need a lot more power to get through it tomorrow. Yesterday, Nvidia was up 7.7%. Today, it was up another 6.6%. So one of the biggest semiconductor companies in the world is up over 14% in the last 2 days, and now you're asking it to break over the 50-day. The more and more charts I look at, the more it says tomorrow's a down day. But let's see what happens. Like look, when you're like coming head on into resistance with big days like this, sometimes you can rip right through and rip. Most of the time you'll reject it and you'll either flag here or you'll pull back here. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I mean, anything is possible. I'll go to Amazon as well. Just give me 1 second, brother. So we got Nvidia tomorrow. If we break above 246, if we break above tomorrow on Nvidia 246, which is today's high, then it can keep running, and the next level would be 266. So you got a possible 20-point move on Nvidia if we break through the 50-day. If we reject the 50-day, we can either flag sideways here or we can pull back pretty hard tomorrow on Nvidia. Other than that, it's still a basing pattern. We're coming just off lows here, and there's no reason to turn bullish quite yet, in my opinion, until it starts crossing the 50-day. What else we got? We got Baba. Baba is just a ripper. I mean, if you caught it yesterday, congratulations. If you hit it today, congratulations. I mean, up 37% on one of the biggest companies in the world. I know it's still a downtrend, guys. We're still going from top left to bottom right. That's a downtrend. If you're going from bottom left to top right, those are kind of stocks that are easy to buy. But going from top left to bottom right, it's a downtrend. Big pops like this will happen, as you guys have seen in the past. There's no way to tell if this continues or not. The macro picture in China, I will say, is improving. They're willing to help out their stocks, whereas US doesn't have any money to help out their stocks. The Fed pumps trillions of dollars into the market when they quantitative ease. That is done in America. They're doing that in China. So that will help out their stocks a lot more. Plus, they're so beaten up. There's so many shorts in there. So much volume came in today. Let's see if we can get continuation on Baba. The first level that I would even think about in Baba would be up here. And I mean, I need to see how the bounce goes. We left a huge gap yesterday as well. So let's see how it goes on Baba. Test and have it open, actually. If my computer wants to work. Alright, so here's Tesla. Sorry guys, my computer's lagging a little bit here, my views. Alright, thank you. So here's Tesla. We have a very clear inverse head and shoulder going on, very clear resistance. We close right below it. Again, guys, It's just like Nvidia. We close right at an important resistance, right? So when you close at an important resistance after two big green days, if it gets through, it can absolutely rip. If it doesn't get through, it can either flag down here for a few days or it can pull back hard. It depends what tomorrow brings. So if tomorrow it's the 200-day moving average is at 848. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. My internet's bugging out. 848 is the 200-day moving average. Oh my god. 848 is a 200-day moving average. If we get through 848 tomorrow, Tesla can absolutely rip all the way to 913. If it doesn't